listening to the Strong Morning Show at BKS1 Radio.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
We are back in the building. Yes, sound, baby, sound. We had a technical difficulty. But we are back in the building. Shout out to everybody on the TuneIn app. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, Facebook, whatever streaming platform you are listening to us on. We are back in effect. Yes. We was about to go in on some topics. I was asking the whole crew here, whatever, about how they met their significant other and who was the aggressor and all of that. See, I'm taking it right from where we left off.
Right.
And they had some interesting answers with Dre. It was sort of kind of like she was the aggressor.
Like I won't call her the aggressor, but she kind of like, nudged that out there. She put it out there.
Yes,
she tried
yes.
To be subtle.
With my dude Angel over there, it was sort of like Melanie was the aggressor.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. Like with Kiss over there, it sounded like she was the aggressor to all these men. Yeah. But the reason why I had brought that up because... Yeah, I have a clip I want to show y'all about some pickup lines. And the one that's doing the pickup lines is actually the female. So when we hear about female, pickup lines and all that, naturally we assume it's us trying to, run pickup lines on them.
Right.
But they got game too. But check this out. What y'all think about this clip? Here's the clip.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Are you a camera?
My camera. Yes, I'm a camera.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense because every time I see you, I smile.
Okay, you got me.
I got you.
What's the number?
So excuse me. It's a good thing I bought life insurance just now because when I saw you, my heart stopped. Excuse me, sorry. Do you know what my outfit is made of?
Do I know what it's made?
Uh-huh. Girlfriend material.
Okay. You trying to pick me up or something?
That's what the line is for. Rice and beans, thank you. But also I just want to make sure your shoes stay tied because I don't want you falling for no one else with me. Rice and beans.
Rice and beans.
Excuse me.
What's up, Miss Lady?
You spend so much time on my mind, I should be charging you rent.
I bought my sleeping bag.
Oh, okay. All right, so you staying, you moving in.
Yeah.
All right, sound like a plan. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Are you a camera?
My camera. Yes, I'm a camera.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense because every time I see you, I smile.
Let me clap those up now. So let me ask y'all. Y'all see something wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with it, but a woman has to be the one to say those lines. Cause dudes are gonna laugh. They so corny.
Right.
Dudes are gonna laugh at it. If we step to a girl like, bruh,
She has to be like, if you don't get your...
I mean, if it's the right person, you can't say the wrong thing.
I'm not going to front. If a chick approached me like that, and I was single, you know what I'm saying? If a chick approached me like that, I probably would be like, hey. Get away from me.
It depends on like her vibe though. If she was like playful and cool with it, like I could rock with it.
Right, right.
It's a dope icebreaker. But the pickup lines was corny.
They were
Right.
Corny as all hell. Are you a camera?
John Sally looked at her like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, because I'm looking at if I approached you with a line, right, and it was real whack. Whatever. Females today would tell you that was whack. Right? Today's woman would be like, yo, that was real whack.
But you know what's funny?
You need to really work on your game.
I probably wouldn't. I'll probably just laugh him off and say, oh, nice to meet you. I gotta go over there. Yeah, I got something to do.
All right, so this is kind of funny, right? So it's not really funny, but who y'all think is wrong? So just say like I'm gonna give you a scenario, right? Say you went over at Angel's apartment. I'm just making a scenario, right? Gosh. Went over to Angel's apartment, whatever. He made you some food. Food, look, it was banging. You like, oh wow, whatever, right? And he's like, oh, hold on, real quick, I gotta go take this call. And then you look on Angel's wall, and there was a big roach. Right? Right? It was a big roach.
His face. He's like, damn.
Right? Would you play him out? Would you still eat the food?
What time is it?
But I'm just saying, like things. Would you just be like, okay, that's just probably one roast that came from anywhere.
Is this
whatever.
the first time? Like is this like the first meal?
The first.
Is this
like
like your
been,
first visit there?
Like,
just say like y'all like three dates in.
All right, 3 dates in.
But this is the first time she's coming to his place?
And he cooked.
But first time?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
You got it in your hand. You got the plate.
No, you got the plate.
He just served you. He just served you.
He said food is good though. That's why the roaches.
Looks good.
He said it looks
You
good.
know what?
You didn't try it yet.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm sorry. I know. No. I gotta go.
You wouldn't even like kill it for me?
No, I'm gonna make up an excuse and I'm leaving. I'm not even touching that food. I'm sorry. Because I think rats is one thing. Like rats, they come for shelter or whatever. You can't really control it if you have holes in your house. But roaches?
But I got a question though.
You would rock with the rat.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a question. So
I'm just saying, you have some control over roaches in your apartment.
all right, so like you said, apartment. Is this like an apartment building? Is this an apartment inside of a house? Yeah. Like what's because truth be told,
Apartment building.
If you got an apartment building, it really and then see, I'm super black, right? And I'm super black, and I got roots in the South, and we had apartment situations. Is a difference between like the big water bug cockroaches and then like your common household roach. Right. I done been to some people's houses where if a piece of lint fall on you, be like, because you've seen the roaches everywhere. It's like that's different from being in a high-rise apartment building that you might not have control over.
Right. Yeah.
You don't really know. So it's like
it depends.
It depends. Like is your person dirty? Or does your person happen to live in a building that ain't had the exterminator come through?
Right.
It's a difference.
All right.
Now we talking.
So we gonna watch this clip.
Oh God.
Who is wrong? I just want y'all to answer. Who is wrong in this situation? Here's the clip.
This girl off Instagram, she done cooked for me. Food look good. I done started seeing buzz. She got a dead roach right here.
Bro, like, why would you sit there and record stuff in my house?
Why would you invite me over here knowing that you got roaches?
Okay, it don't matter. Like, why you recording?
Because I'm going to expose you.
For what?
I met you off Instagram.
It does not matter. Like, that's not cool. Like, why would you do that?
You know what's not cool? You done invited me over here with roaches.
Bro, nobody else has ever had a problem.
I'm not everybody else.
I know you f***ing lying.
How you going to invite me over here for dinner and you got a dead roach and you got one right there?
It does not matter.
Bro, no. This not my house. You should have this clean before I came.
My house is clean, but just because you see a roach don't mean I'm dirty. What the hell you
You don't think you dirty if you got roaches?
No, I'm not dirty.
Where they come from? Then?
What's your purpose of recording what's going on in my house?
So you feel some kind of way because I pulled my phone out and start recording?
Yes, I do. Like, you wouldn't feel no type of way if I did that? You act like you ain't never seen a roast before, bro. It don't matter. It happened.
So how I'm going to enjoy my meal and you got roaches?
Like, it's in your hand.
Nah.
Like, it's a bug in your plate.
I know.
Who cares? Just
I
pick
care.
them up. Pick them up if it's just that bad for you.
You knew that these roaches was here. Why didn't you pick them up?
And first of all, who can't even matter at this point? Like, it ain't no big deal.
It's a big deal.
Damn.
I met this girl off Instagram. She done cooked for me.
Hold up.
No, she's definitely wrong.
They both wrong.
No, she.
I'm still stuck on you.
So who was wrong? Was he wrong for living it?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
That was
No.
savage. No, you don't put nobody on black.
He wasn't wrong for
her
living it.
reaction, she was like, "Oh, I know the roach is there. It's no problem. Like you act like you never seen a roach before. What?
My
No,
whole
she
thing, my whole
dirty.
thing was this.
But he ain't had to go
She
live.
killed it and left
'Cause
it
He
alone.
should have gone.
That was my thing, because he's like,
That
I
was
see
the
a
right-
dead. It wasn't like he said
dead roach.
the roach is moving. I see a dead roach. So you invited somebody over.
Why you ain't
The
clean
roach
up?
been
Stationary.
dead. Just
It's out. It's
he's a part of the apartment now. It's like decoration. You didn't think to just vacuum and clean it up and get him out of there?
Nah, because she said nobody else cared.
Nobody else cared. So nobody else complained about the roach. We don't even know how the roach been there.
That's
How
what I'm
long?
saying. She knew it was there.
No, they both wrong.
They
They
both
both
wrong.
wrong. I'm not putting anybody on
But I'm not
blast.
gonna put
like
nobody
that.
on blast
Like
like
I'm,
that, yeah.
I'm not gonna eat. And I'm
Absolutely not.
absolutely
No,
leaving.
you're missing the part.
You would leave?
I'm
She
out.
knew the roach was there.
But that's why I'm
So
out.
use reference
I'm
exposure.
see in that
I'm gonna
in
text
that
somebody.
scenario, I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm texting somebody like, look,
I'm going
text me
because
and say
she
something
knew it was
happened,
there.
and I
She
gotta
didn't
go.
Somebody
clean it.
died.
I'm
Say
gone.
somebody-
That's what I'm saying. Like you left it there.
Okay.
Who does that?
So, all right. So, I'm trying to think what I would actually do, right? So, if I came in there and I came in there hungry, right? No, listen. and she's like, I know you hungry. Made you plate of food. And the plate looked banging and everything like that. I got the fork in my hand. I'm done. And I'm like, and I saw the big roach crawling up the wall. I probably would be like, yo, you got a roach on your wall, whatever like that, right? So I'm like, is this a comment? Is this like
Have you seen this before?
a serious problem or whatever like that?
Oh, God.
And if she says something like, well, nah, I didn't really know, blah, but she said, oh, I'm sorry about that, whatever like that, and then killed the roach, whatever. And I looked around and I really didn't see a lot. I probably would be like, yo, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna wrap this up and take this home. I'm gonna wrap this up, right? This to not totally make her feel like a piece of, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I probably would wrap it up, whatever. We probably would chill. Because,
Listen.
again, like you said earlier, if you're in an apartment building where it could be somebody else's problem that now became your problem, right? I gotta weigh the situation out.
Right.
Because you see a roach somewhere, whatever like that, it don't make you, like a dirty person because it could be somebody else's situation that
Right.
became your situation. I gotta weigh it out. That situation, the fact that she said, she kind of made it seem like this is what she
This
deals
is the
with all
norm,
the time.
right?
She
Yeah.
said nobody
else has a problem with it.
Right.
That's crazy.
That line right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that line right
Because
there.
it's like
Right.
you already have this thing in your mind where you can't eat everybody's food. That's me.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I can't just go somewhere because there's food laid out and say, yeah, I'm finna eat all this because I don't know how you prepared it. I don't know how you live in, and people are nasty.
Did you wash your hands?
Did you?
Right.
Did you wash your chicken with the Dawn and in the sink with everything else in the dishes in it? Because people are disgusting. Like you see these videos on social media with these, I hate to say it, white people putting their ramen and all types of stuff in the toilet bowl and bathtubs. Like, what are y'all doing? I can't. So a roach would just seal the deal for me. I'm sorry, I
You
can't.
said
do it.
putting your what in the toilet
You never
bowl?
saw that? This white lady who puts mad food in her bathtub with hot boiling water and throws ramen noodles and vegetables and she stirs it up.
You just get a big
I can't.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't.
terrible.
I can't.
That's
It's
terrible.
It's a waste of food, number one, and you're nasty, number two.
All right, so we're going to move away from the dirty lady with roaches. All right,
Because she was comfortable.
let's talk about this. And I'm glad we got some fellas in situations that's here right now. So, everybody's talking about Jonathan Majors, right? So you know who Jonathan Majors is? He's the actor that's with Megan Good right now. But he was the actor that they canceled him basically because he got in a situation with his girlfriend or whatever. But he was in all these big roles before this happened. But anyway, he's with Megan Good now. She's an actress, whatever. So he recently went to an event with her, whatever, and he had to go up on stage or whatever and say something, accept an award or whatever the case may be, and he started crying. He basically started bawling. Right. But about her. So what I want to ask you fellas, y'all can keep it real. Have you ever shed a tear over this woman?
Not the turnaround.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay. You ever shed a tear in regards to your wife?
Yep.
I ain't gotta ask you about tears. Sheesh.
Well, damn.
That's your middle name, Tears.
Whatever.
Yeah. I've shed a tear, whatever like that. Should we feel some type of way? Is it okay for men to cry?
Yes.
What?
Let's keep it 100. No.
If you don't,
And
that's a problem.
So the reason why I'm asking it, ladies, do y'all see that as a sign of weakness?
No.
When we cry?
No.
I think it depends what you're crying about and who you crying in front of and for how long.
So the
I guess,
answer is
you know.
yes.
And for how long?
So basically, you see it as a sign of weakness.
No, I don't. But in certain situations, it can be.
Yeah.
So you seen him cry before.
Mhm.
When you seen him cry, did you feel as though he was a punk?
No, not at all. Never.
Yeah, it takes something very serious for me to like get some emotion out like that.
How you think your wife perceived it when she seen you cry?
I think she received it well. Like, it was, it was well received. It was well received because I think she knows who I am at my core. So, plus, I think it takes a certain level of strength to be that vulnerable. Like true strength lies in the midst of vulnerability.
Facts.
So if you as a dude can cry, and to your point, if it does depend on what you're crying over. Like if y'all sitting there watching some romance, movie, some chick flick, and you just start bawling, like, and this is just a normal thing, like, I'm gonna laugh at you. Like, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh. I mean,
I'm gonna laugh at you.
But on a serious, I think it takes a real strong individual to actually express that, especially in front of a woman, because we know what society says about us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like you just have to be strong during moments in which she's weak. You know what I'm saying? If something's serious and she's the one crumbling, like I can't crumble right
too.
there and then.
Right.
I'll wait. I'll give it some time. When she's good, then maybe I'll release
good
whatever
point.
I need to release. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
So
But I mean, it's the norm for us to be emotional. We're emotional by nature, but like nowadays, it's so imperative for men to understand that it's okay to be vulnerable and it's okay to show transparency, because if you can't do it in front of your partner, then who? But there's so many women out there who are like shunning upon men, being emotional,
make fun of him.
and then you wonder why they feel how they feel. So.
But
it's a shame.
As a man, as a leader, as the head, you have to be astute enough to choose better.
Right.
Like you should vet these women well enough to know who you can be vulnerable with. Like you can't just say, "Oh, because I'm secure in my manhood, that I can go ahead and just be vulnerable." No,
Right.
No.
you don't do that with everybody.
Right.
I'm not exposing the most sensitive parts of me to any and everybody out there. You got to vet them.
Right.
Facts. All right, so I'm gonna play this clip, right? And this kind of recently happened. I want to know y'all take on it. Do you see it as a sign of weakness? I don't.
Okay.
I personally don't. But then I was looking at commentary when this got posted on IG and everything, and then some females saw it as a sign of weakness. Okay. So let's watch the clip. Here's the clip.
I love you. I love you beyond all limit. With all my strength. With all my heart, I love you. I'm supposed to be this tough and strong when you done carried me so many nights. I love you. Through the fire. I love you. I love you beyond all limit. With all my strength. With all my heart, I love you. I'm supposed to be this tough and strong when you done carried me so many nights. I love you. Through the fire.
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
That's
man.
cringe.
Okay.
Why? All right. Okay. Hold up. I'm crying right now from laughter. But
he dug himself.
Kiss. We're back. Hello. Kiss. Okay. See. Okay. See.
No.
Why you laughing?
Wait.
Why you laughing?
Jesus Christ, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at him. I'm not.
Oh shoot.
It was the voice crack.
You almost had it.
If you would have sang the song,
Wait,
it was
it
real
was
fine,
the
but
song.
it was a voice crack.
God.
Oh,
See,
man.
because I'm gonna just say that maybe that's their song.
yeah. Yeah. It looked like she was singing along with him too.
He didn't execute that well.
Oh my God.
That's just you said the execution wasn't there.
He didn't execute that
He
well.
had it in his head a certain way, but his
God.
voice didn't crack.
Okay.
It didn't work out too well.
Listen. All right, so I feel bad, right? Because because they've been clowning Jonathan for quite some time now, right? Because his last situation was with a white girl.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows this, and if you don't, then
That didn't work out.
That didn't work out, and he was made to be the aggressor in the situation. I don't agree with that. How everything unfolded, if you saw like the case court and the videos and all this other stuff, it seemed like she was the aggressor. Like I can't even say she was the aggressor. Through the fire. Stop. So when you've been through a bad situation, okay,
There's a chance to be with you. Oh, my bad.
you are terrible. You are. It's hot. It's hot.
I was just trying to finish it for him.
Oh God.
You need help.
I can't. I really.
If he knew he couldn't sing, why did he do
Listen.
You can't sing and cry.
God dang. Oh my God.
So
Listen.
what you just witnessed? Did you see it as a sign of a weakness?
No. He was professing his love to her.
So
It's
you
all
thought it
good.
was beautiful?
She was bawling.
She was bawling more than he was.
Angel, did he play himself? Or-
I mean, it wasn't the last part wasn't very smart.
Wasn't very smart.
But he was emotional, and I think the people who were like commenting, like, "Oh, he's weak," they were haters.
Yeah, they were like
They're
calling
mad
him
that-
a simp.
They're mad that Jonathan
They were
Majors isn't crying about
projecting.
them. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Oh God.
Projecting.
Did he play himself?
Not at all. Well, he played himself with the song.
Oh.
Only with the song. He didn't play
voice
himself
crack.
by
Because
showing
he
the
doesn't
emotion.
sing.
Yeah.
He could have sang the song, but
God.
his voice
The
cracked.
commentary on him being weak and all of the negativity, I'm telling you, that stems from primarily black women mad at the fact that he was with a white girl, because there is a freedom that everybody else has except for black men.
Right.
Black women, when they see a black woman with a white dude, they're like, yes, queen, get your... And,
Right.
Because it's like love is love.
Right.
All right, cool. Now, me personally, I don't have a gripe with who you fall in love with. Doesn't matter to me, right? I love seeing black folks together. I'm all about it. But there's a disparity between the way black men are treated versus black women are treated. When you see a black woman and a white dude, it's like, You see a black dude and a white girl, and all hell breaks loose. So when he broke up with her and they found out that he was with Megan, what were they saying? Oh, don't come running back to us now.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you put me in a box now because this is who I'm now in a relationship with. It didn't have anything to do with running back to black women. Look, Megan Good is beautiful.
Right.
Why wouldn't you know what I mean? Why wouldn't he?
That's Megan
Especially like he's at a particular place in life where he has access to a Megan Good. The average person don't have access to a Megan Good or a Jonathan Majors.
Right.
So that's really where the hate and the vitriol came from, is the fact that he was previously with a white girl, and they're like, oh, that, that's what you get. No, that's not what you get, bro. You didn't deserve to be to have this issue.
But then I also think it's really, really unfair, because if had that been a white man, and we've seen it before, or a man of any color showing that type of vulnerability and crying and whatever, nobody would have said anything. There's something about this like come down on black men, period, that's been happening for quite some time now, that is just disgusting. And then they wonder why they feel the way that they feel. And they're scared to go to therapy, and they're scared to open up, and they're scared to cry, and scared to show emotion, because people in general, and I have to say especially women, don't come for me, y'all, but there's this large percentage of women just not treating men like kings, and it's just getting to a point where it's just like seriously disgusting. It can't be good. What's the phrase? Good for the goose and not good for the...
Yeah,
right.
It's tiring. It's tiring.
I think it's a modern form of buck breaking.
Yeah, like we're literally at attack with each other. I can't.
All right, y'all.
Okay.
We're gonna transition.
That's gonna be in my head, though. That's gonna be in my head.
That song is funny too, because it's just so high.
Man. I don't think anybody was expecting that. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's talk about this. There's two types of women, right? There's two types of women. Men see it as she's either marriage material or she's not. And I know when you meet somebody and you're feeling them, whatever, I know it went through my head just before I got married. I'm quite sure before you got married. You meet somebody, you're interested in, like, she's wifey material. And then some women, when you look at, like, it's good for a night.
I'll smash.
Just keep it a buck. It's the truth. It's we having real talk here, people. We're having real talk. So I'm looking at what I would have did in this situation if I was this brother. If I was at the altar and the person I was marrying says something kind of greasy during our vows. Yeah. So I would kind of, I would probably be like, let's pause.
Long pause.
Yeah, I would be like, let's pause. But let's look at this. Let's dissect this situation. What y'all think? Here's the clip. All right. So this is the difference between a wife and a woman that wants to be married.
I'm at his face matched the emoji. Like perfectly. Like, what's happening?
Here's the clip.
Now look at the difference between these two women.
For better,
For better,
for worse,
for worse,
for richer,
for richer,
for poorer.
for poorer.
We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling. Brill made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke. In sickness.
In sickness.
And in health.
And in health.
To love.
To love.
Cherish.
Cherish.
And to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right.
I will forever submit to you. I'll forever respect you, Miles. I'll forever honor you, Miles. As the head of our home, I will become that woman that builds the home as I follow you. And I vow that in heaven they hear. On earth I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you. What true marriage, what God really intends for marriage to be. I honor you, Miles. And I love you with my all.
Foreigner.
Now look at the difference between these two women.
For better,
For better,
for worse,
for worse,
for richer,
for richer,
for poorer.
for poorer.
We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling. Brill made it very clear to Jonathan.
Horrible.
God knows I do. But I kill him dead before I let him be.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, I had to.
First old girl, the first one, I would have been like, pause. Preacher.
I would have been like, thank you for coming out. God bless you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thank y'all for coming out.
Done.
God bless. Because you're not gonna sit up here. The vows is supposed to be the most sacred part of your marriage, your ceremony, and all of that.
Making a joke.
And you having some problems with some words, obey,
Poorer.
the richer or poorer, whatever like that, whatever. It's just a little suspect.
A little. That was kind of
Yeah. For me, I don't know.
Suspect.
Did you see it that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yes.
little bit. A little bit.
It's a little too modern, in my opinion. Like, I get it. She was like, it was like a jokey, but that's not the time and place to like joke like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I get the whole idea, like, oh yeah, there's no obeying or whatever. Maybe she took it literally or whatever, but like.
Now there's truth in jest.
Yeah, there's truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Like, I will look at you sideways after that.
Right.
I will
Right.
look at you sideways. After
Mhm.
that. That's crazy.
That would have told me everything I needed to know at that moment.
Yeah.
Oh, the ceremony would have been over.
Oh, I can't be broke.
I think that's the
Oh,
time.
right,
for
and that's the thing.
rawness.
I have you in sickness and health, but I don't have you when you're broke.
Right.
I don't want to obey you.
You broke, I'm out.
Okay.
I ain't really trying to listen to nothing you said.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, it's supposed to be reciprocal too. It's supposed to be like
Right.
two ways. So
Right.
you're saying your part, but I'm gonna say my part too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna say this, and this for all the females listening or whatever. At the end of the day, a man still want to feel like a man,
Absolutely.
right? So a man don't want to feel like when he look at his partner, he's going to get emasculated some type of way, some
Right.
type of form. And when I look at the first situation, I see emasculation all through that
Yep.
Yeah.
situation running.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
When I look at the second situation, I'm like, this a woman willing to submit to me, but because she loved me that much, I'll do anything for her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, God bless that first brother.
Sure.
You
I
know.
don't think that
They ain't gonna
lasted
make it.
long.
Nah.
That lasted long at all.
I give that
That's
2 years.
insane.
That's a 2-year marriage.
We don't even know how long ago that was. I'm sure it's done by now.
You think?
It has to be. It has to be.
However long ago it was.
Yeah, didn't they have like rehearsals or something? Like,
That's why he said we went through this.
practice this. So what's wrong?
Yeah,
he
like
said
what do
we,
you?
we hit that snag 20 times.
Right,
Yeah,
20 times,
she
right.
She showed up with her representative all
That
day
part.
long. Like she didn't want to pull through and I got to do this for real now. Let me. Nah, I'm not saying that.
Now,
But that's what's so
Trash.
funny because women say all day we want a man that can lead, and you're like from the gate showing this is not what I want. So if you're leading me, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, you gotta go.
Oh, so okay.
You gotta go.
So I want to cover a few more things. We got 20 minutes, but what I do want to ask about that situation when we saw, what did you think about the second situation? Ladies, what did you think about the woman? You think that was too much?
I don't know about her being on one knee. It
On
looked
her
like
knees.
She was
She was
lower
on
than
her-
him.
she was on her knee.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. But that was a beautiful message. I think that's.
You couldn't
that's
see
how
you couldn't
should-
see yourself on your knee?
No.
To your man?
Can I ask you a question?
I can't do that.
What was it about her being on her knee that didn't sit right with you?
It just feels like as a woman, when you're with a man who loves and respects you, he wouldn't want you to be physically below him like that.
So
on a knee.
And I'm not saying what I believe in. Don't believe in asking questions because that I figured that would strike a chord with a lot of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the question I have is, well, are you spiritual or religious?
Not really.
Okay, so when we take marital vows, we're basically quoting scripture,
Right.
to honor and obey. The man is supposed to love his wife as Christ loved the church, so on and so forth. If God is at the head and the husband is the head of his wife, why wouldn't he be above you in that particular position?
I think that since there's a mutual respect, you should be coming together as one. Right?
How many steering wheels in a car?
One.
One. Can't have two drivers, right? So.
Sorry, I just felt it was like.
Unless it's driving school.
So
Go ahead.
I know that I think Western culture has tainted the whole process of what this is supposed to be, right? When you talk biblically and getting married and dealing with tradition, if a woman is supposed to submit to her husband and honor and obey, people hear that part and then they get turned off. A lot of modern women get turned off by it, but they don't read the whole scripture and they don't pay attention to what it means when it says you're supposed to love your wife like Christ loved the church. Who crucified him? It was literally the church that crucified him. So if the church, who I'm supposed to love my wife like he loved the church, if the church crucified him, he still willingly died for the church, spilled his blood for the church, and came back for the church. I think that's the ultimate form of submission. How can you follow somebody that you feel as though you're on the same exact level with? And I'm not saying that a woman is subservient to her husband, but you can't say that you're equal. You two are not equal, because equal means what? The same. You can be complementary, and both roles can be equally important, but you're not equal. We are not the same. We're not supposed to be the same. There are roles and different things that we are supposed to take on. There are things that you're better suited for than he is, and vice versa. Can he cook? Of course he can cook. Can you get on the roof? Of course you can get on the roof. Is it easier for him to carry some of those some slate up a ladder than it is for you? It doesn't, because I love to cook. I'm nice in the kitchen, right?
So
But but it's like a lot of times we get these gender roles kind of skewed and misconstrued, and I always say Western because it just seems like in our country everybody is fighting each other as opposed to like getting into what we do so well. If you actually submitted to your husband, you could take him and guide him and get everything that you wanted from him. Because that woman that got on her knee, that man is going to do everything he can to make sure she has whatever she wants. When you come at it from a more masculine perspective, where you are more aggressive, more harsh, a little too direct in your speak when you're talking to him, men match aggression with aggression. Women don't really understand how that works because there's really no consequence for it. If I see Norm on the street and we don't know each other, there's always the knowledge, that unspoken knowledge that if I disrespect this man, he might swing at me. He might stab me. He might shoot me. He's a dangerous guy, right? Just the fact that he's a man. Women don't have to deal with that. So women over here will speak to us in certain ways that is so harsh and disrespectful because there's no consequence for the action. Some dude just start flying off the handle, calling you out your name. He might not go home with all his teeth. Right. But because we're respectful men, you get out of pocket, ain't gonna put our hands on you. Typically, I'm not saying that abuse doesn't take place, because it does, but by and large, that's not what happens. So what's wrong with having a woman to actually show, like in front of all of the people, how she's willing to follow the tradition and submit to him? And leadership and being the head of a household doesn't always mean finance, which is what we equate it to these days. There's other ways to lead aside, because we understand women are intelligent, women are making a lot of money, women are doing what they got to do. Fine, make your money. But that's not the only way to provide. That's not the only way for you to be a leader. So why not fully submit? Don't dip your toe in the water. Go all the way in. Jump in the pool. Because if you half-ass it, what kind of effort are you going to get in response or in return?
Yeah. And I think the biggest issue with that, with everything that you just said, is that, sorry, but a lot of women do take what he just said and turn it into, well, if it's not going to be reciprocated, I'm not doing it. And I think that's the first thought. Like, some women think that being submissive means that I'm at your beck and call. I do whatever you say. I shut up. You just want a dumb woman who doesn't speak her mind and who can't express themselves, because a lot of time we're faced with, and again, this stereotype of all men are the same it's a crock of shit. Sorry, because it's not true. Just because you meet one bad man doesn't mean that the next one has to be the same, and the next one after that's going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? So, this stigma of thinking like just because I say I wanted to submit to a man means that I have no say in anything. Like, let it go, because there are so many men out there that are willing to reciprocate that same energy. You know what I mean? But it begins with us, because I've been in a situation before where me and knowing how I react to certain things, and we talk about this all the time. Like, when something happens, address it. Don't harbor it. Don't sit on it. You can't wait 3 weeks and then when he leaves a sock on the damn bathroom floor. Now it's, well, this is exactly why you let the plate, because at that point it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So exploding is never the thing. But again, there are so many men out there that are willing to be, like protectors and lead in the most proper way.
Right.
But you have to be be willing to like meet them halfway. At the end of the day, nobody want to hear all that hollering and aggression, and because that's the last thing we should be doing is giving aggression. That's your job.
We just need to be sitting here pretty.
I mean,
I don't agree with that.
No.
Why not?
Just sitting there pretty. You don't have to sit
No,
there
you don't
pretty.
gotta sit there pretty.
No, I want to hear.
You gotta get in the mud.
I want to hear what my wife has to say.
Yeah, get in the mud.
It's a team. It's a team.
It's a team effort.
It is a team effort. I want to know like how she feels. I want to know what she thinks. I don't want to be disrespected in the process.
Absolutely.
You can talk to me without disrespecting me, but a lot of times because we know that women typically they think emotionally first.
They run off emotion, yeah.
And men think logically first. Sometimes we're too logical and too direct, and we don't tap into how you're actually feeling about a thing. And oftentimes you're too emotional, and you're not paying attention to the fact that the way we view love, the way we feel love, is through being respected.
Right.
So if you disrespect us because you are in your feelings, it can absolutely make a stonewall shut down, because now you're showing me you don't love me,
right?
Because you're disrespecting me in a way. So I never want my wife to sit pretty. Be you. Say what you need to say. Don't disrespect me in the process.
Absolutely.
And see, I'm gonna tell you right now. If we be honest, a lot of times y'all don't realize, right? If y'all actions make us emotionally shut down,
That's a bad sign.
That's the worst.
where we feel like we can't say nothing to you, you know what I'm saying, where we can't communicate to you the way we want to communicate to you, we got to get that out somehow. Right? Because what happens when you bottle stuff in for too long?
You implode.
Self-destruct, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So then when, I'm not saying that we're going to go out and be with somebody else or whatever, but when we start expressing ourselves to someone else, right? What we call that? Emotional cheating. Emotional cheating.
Yeah.
Sometimes because we just may need to talk about it with somebody.
Who's gonna listen?
Who's gonna listen?
Like, really listen. Yeah.
And that's how sometimes things can start. Things can start. Not saying that's what you're supposed to do, right? But if you're constantly trying to open up to someone, and
they're not a safe space.
Yeah, and they're not a safe space.
Yeah, your safe space should always start at home. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
But then I think that the thing that grinds my gears is knowing that you have someone who's manipulative and narcissistic, because you deal with people like that. Like this gaslighting thing that we have going on right now is one of the worst things that can happen to a relationship, because now everything's out the window. I don't care about what you feel. You don't care about what I feel. So there's no need for a discussion.
Yeah.
But that's happening way too often.
Yeah.
So now it's like, and I kudos to anybody who wants to even be married nowadays, because people are scared. Like, for real. People are really scared to be married. Me, I did it once, and and the situation just in general wasn't ideal for me, and I knew it from the start, but my heart was in it, 1,000%. But I know that for the next go around, I know what to do and what not to do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And all the practice that I've had with, just different situations. I've always had long-term relationships, but every person is different, and especially now in today's day, it's crucial. These men are not playing about their lives, you know what I'm saying? And we can't sit here and say, well, why are you acting all emotional? Because we've been doing this for years. We've been carrying on with the tears and the lies and the deceit and all the nonsense. So it's like now we have these men stepping to the forefront. Like, look, I'm not going to tolerate this, that, and the third.
Right.
And if you don't want to abide by that, or whatever the hell you want to call it, there's the door.
You know what's worse than a dude emotionally cheating with some other woman? Is him going and talking to his therapist, is him dealing with his brothers, like his best friend, his brother, whoever,
Clowning
and
him.
just refusing to communicate with his woman. It's even worse because it's now she's gonna feel the disconnect and assume or believe that it's another person.
Right. Right.
And it's not another woman. I just don't want to talk to you. That is legit the beginning of the end for a guy.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna keep it 300, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny, you know. I was saying earlier, my favorite bartender or whatever like that. We would go sit at a bar, right? And shout out to my boy. I ain't trying to put nobody's business out there, whatever. But we would go sit at a bar, whatever like that, so we can decompress and just get things out that we can't normally get out at home.
Is that what it is?
You feel me?
It is.
No,
A lot of
no.
times it is.
And I'm telling you right now, a lot of times when you see dudes walk up in the bar and sit, sit up there and get their beer, they be with their boy, whatever like that, and then they got a cool bartender, whatever, and they just sitting up there talking about life or their business or things or trying to get conversation, whatever like that. It's just because they're missing that.
Right.
They're missing that that type of communication at home.
Right.
So, I mean, ladies, I hope y'all listening. Fellas, I hope y'all listening.
I just find this, not to even say that I find this strange. I think that just, I think we discussed this one time or two before, like saying like that people take marriage for this comfort. There's a comfort there, but more of you're complacent. And when you get complacent, that is a very dangerous place to be. Because once you get complacent and you feel like, well, I married him, he married me, he's not going anywhere, all these things, sadly mistaken, mama. Like, you have to be able to, like, nothing should change. And we've talked about this for years and years on 1,000 shows where we say, like, marriage isn't just a piece of paper. That's why a lot of people now choose to just stay together and not even want to go through the process of going, having the big wedding and all that stuff because they don't feel like it's necessary. Because they feel like all these obligations and rules come along with it. You shouldn't lose your friend. You shouldn't lose the friendship that started the love. It should continue.
I'm going to segue into this real quick.
Okay.
That we got
Wrap it up.
10 minutes. So this little clip is basically speaking on just date, don't commit. Just date, don't commit type of thing, right? So it's funny.
In a day where dudes like attention. And they're actually so addicted to attention that they're afraid of being in a committed relationship because they're afraid of losing the DMs that they get. They like being the single guy that's...
Just date, don't commit. That kind of struck me a little bit. Here's the clip.
We are in a day where dudes like attention. And they're actually so addicted to attention that they're afraid of being in a committed relationship because they're afraid of losing the DMs that they get. They like being the single guy that's kind of available that no one can really get. They love to be able to walk in a room with no ring. They love the way women kind of flirt with them. They are so addicted to it that they really don't want to give that up. And so they're saying, I'm having fun dating, even though I really don't want to get married. And that's like going on job interviews and never getting a check. So I don't understand. We are in a day where dudes like attention. And they're actually so addicted to attention that they're afraid of being in a committed relationship because they're afraid of losing the DMs that they get. They like being the single guy that's kind of available that no one can really get. They love to be able to walk in a room with no ring. They love the way women kind of flirt with them. They are so addicted to it that they really don't want to give that up. And so they're saying, I'm having fun dating, even though I really don't want to get married. And that's like going on job interviews and never getting a check. So I don't understand.
Thoughts on what he just said.
That may be his truth.
Right.
But I can't necessarily agree with that
Okay.
based on my own personal experience and the men that I'm around. We take great pride in being husbands. And like, my best friend, he's not married yet, but he takes pride in like waiting for his wife.
Right.
So to say that's never been our experience.
Yeah, I think listening to what he's saying was more or less a single guy type perspective that, still want to do his thing.
Right.
Still want to do what he does. That's not looking to commit. That's how I take what he said.
And in that case, I get it, as you should.
Yeah.
What you think,
I
Angel?
agree with him. He's not. They're not. Those guys are not getting.
People are getting married later. Things
Yeah.
are a little different. So like, oh man, I feel like the dating scene right now it really is like that though. It's just kind of like all dating. It depends. I'm sure like I'm getting to the point now where like I'm about to reach like 30. So people are getting into serious relationships now. But I noticed the trend. It is taking a little longer now.
Yeah.
I think there's some like there's freedoms that we have. You know what I'm saying? And people want to kind of express those freedoms for a little longer than what it was
Facts.
years ago.
Yeah, facts. I know. When I talk to some of the younger guys, whatever like that, like marriage is not even in their equation.
Right.
It's expensive right now. Things are expensive. The houses.
But you know what? You can't go into it like that, right? See, when I start, and I get what you're saying, right? Because just like I hear some guys say to me, like, I had to let my lady know it's just not the right time for us to get married.
It's never gonna be the right time.
Right? And that's what I say. I'm like, when is the right time? Oh, I got to get myself together. I got to. You're always gonna be getting yourself together, right? So like any excuse you could say with that, listen.
She's just not the one.
Yeah, that's just not the
because everything's a work in progress.
Because you can meet somebody. You know what I mean? You know my situation. Met, boom, and then
quick. Right.
Yeah, because you know. You know when you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, this the one.
But then it's also different when you want that dynamic for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't even foresee it.
Yeah, you gotta want it.
Then dating and chain dating or whatever you want to call it, that's gonna always be your life until you choose to say, now I'm ready for my, to be able to open up that portal to say, yeah, I want to meet my person. Because now it's like everybody just wants to just do what they want and they don't want to have to answer to anybody. And I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
You live in a microwave society.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got everything.
Committing is like jail time to most people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Like, what? And it's also one of those things where like people are people are going to school and like people are really trying to get their bread up because everything is so expensive. And there is kind of like, I need to get all my ducks in a row first before I can like do this one thing.
But you know what? When you're with the right person, y'all kind of do that together.
Right, exactly.
Like,
that's what building is about.
You do that together.
Yeah, like my parents have been together for 20-some years. They actually just got married.
That's a blessing.
They got married a couple years ago.
Wow.
They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been married.
Yeah.
But the official marriage, they're like, okay. All right.
Right.
They just made it legal.
You know what I'm saying? But they knew all along they were gonna get married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They weren't like, oh no, I don't want to get married with you. It was just like,
Oh yeah, his parents are like superheroes. They do like marathons and stuff. They're in their 40s, 50s.
Nice.
That's awesome.
There's a benefit. There's a benefit to doing the legal thing, and I understand that what we say now, how there, it's like there's no real benefit for a man to get married. Is what they will have you to think, right?
Right.
I don't agree with that. I do know that the court is primarily in favor of women and children. Men take a really big hit when things go south.
Absolutely.
But
usually,
what happens if you are with this person for 20, 25 years, you guys don't have any kind of legal documentation in place and something happens? You have no power of attorney. Like who can say something on your behalf and that's not your spouse?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's some stuff there. Like when I get old, I want to be with my wife. I need my wife there. I want to be able to be there for her. Like God forbid something happen on that side, so that I can actually be the one to make sure that things are done the right way. I'm not gonna let the state come in and take over and do whatever they want to do to my lady. Like no, it's not gonna work that way. So there are those benefits, but by and large, everybody's scared. It's not about making money. We was making money
before.
It's not about making money.
Right.
It's about fear, right? Everything is fear based. You're afraid to get hurt. You're afraid to get played. You're afraid to look stupid. You're afraid to die broke. You're afraid to die alone. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like across the board, at the root, it's all fear based. If you got away from the fearful aspect of things,
right,
you would see the shift. But just look at society. Everybody's scared. They're scared to be by themselves. So what do? They're constantly posting on social media for an external form of validation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Like
the options are out there.
It's there.
There's
It's
different
there.
now. Like you have like 50 options right there
At your fingertips.
It's very different now. Yeah.
Nobody knows what it's like to have a home cooked meal
Yeah.
anymore. It's all
Yeah.
McDonald's.
At all.
It's all fast food. Let's get it real quick.
Yeah.
I want the thing that took a little time to make.
Yeah, and it's funny. I'm glad you said that. Kind of segued me into my next thing. And we got like 5 minutes, and like some guys think of like the perfect world. You know, this is how it's supposed to be.
Right.
I get with this woman. You know, she's pretty. I want her. Blah 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 blah. She does this, that, and that, and that, and that. And I had to tell one of my boys the other day because he was talking about leaving his situation. I'm like, bruh, she's not perfect, but you're not perfect. You're not perfect either.
Right.
You're not perfect either. You're not gonna come home and this is gonna be this way for you, and that way, this thing right here is gonna be this way for you, whatever like that. There's gonna be some bumps in the road with the situation, and you know, because I used to be a runner. I know. When I was younger, I used to be a runner. And it's funny because my friend Trish, she laughs at me now. She's like, yo, you changed so much. Because I would get in a relationship, I'd be like, did you see the way she just painted her fingernails? I'm out.
Wow.
I was that dude.
Damn. Interesting. More petty boots.
Yo, I was that dude. Yo, look at the way she chew her food. She chew her food like 47 times.
You know what?
That's
Bruh. I'm out.
I'm out of here.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I was that guy, right? I was that guy. And then I had to check myself. And when I matured, I was like, oh, like I'm letting good people go because of flaws, minor flaws.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and I'm not perfect either, right? So I had to check myself, and I try to teach that to these young brothers, whatever, like that. Nah, she ain't doing this, she ain't doing that. Then I'll be like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we have to do a reality check on ourselves. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's perfect. I'm gonna show you this clip because this dude right here found the perfect chick.
Oh, jeez. This right here.
Finally, you're home.
What's up, baby?
Why you rubbing your belly like that?
I actually missed lunch today, but I don't even want you cooking this time of night, so I'm gonna just order something.
Boy, are you crazy? I already made dinner. I got steak in there, asparagus, candy yams, and I even made your favorite, berry peach cobbler.
No, you didn't make the cobbler.
Oh, and I already meal prepped your lunch for the week.
Baby, you ain't have to do that.
Yeah, we got you all set up, baby.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate you. You are amazing.
You know I'm gonna take care of my baby.
Oh, and did you take my clothes to the dry cleaner? I need something to wear tomorrow for work.
What you need a dry cleaner for when you got me? I already washed it and got your outfit pressed out for tomorrow.
I ironed them already?
No wrinkles.
Thanks. That's gonna relieve some of my stress.
How was work?
Honestly, it's just been a lot. You know, we just got a new project, so it's a little stressful. It's due in a couple days, and of course they got me managing everybody in the sector. It's just a lot. We just got to meet this deadline, and I don't want to mess nothing up.
Yeah. You always handling everything. You deal with people at work. You handle everything with your family. Come here.
Where we going?
How about you just allow me to release you of some of that stress? Stop asking all these questions.
You got to tell me twice.
Finally, you're home.
What's up, baby?
Why you rubbing your belly like that?
I actually missed lunch today.
Somebody that I grew up with when we were like 8 years old, and I was with him for 4 years. But he was Muslim, and he was into all the, I gotta have multiple women. But when he was with me, he kind of stopped that for a while. Because he started noticing little traits like that in me. Like he would come home late from work 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then when he was staying with me, he would just come home like sometimes even later than that. But food was on the table.
Yeah.
Clothes is ready.
That
like,
situation.
Listen, when you're working and you're busting your chops at work, The last thing you want to do is come back home to stress.
But
And
here's
come back home to
here's
things being
here's the
disorganized
thing.
and shit like that,
Here's
you
the
know?
thing. That's why I labeled that clip A Perfect World, because you know
Mm-hmm.
daggone well.
Yeah.
In real life,
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
that ain't happening all the time.
And everybody's a mirror.
But that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That ain't happening. Well, kudos to
It's
that
possible,
dude.
but not all the time.
You said it's possible?
But that's what I'm saying. So what if you were used to that type of dynamic, right? And you
Mhm.
come home one day
Mm-hmm.
and dinner might not be ready for whatever reason. You gonna lose it?
No, but see, that's when you got to realize again that
That life be life.
life is life, and
Life be life.
everything ain't perfect. Everything ain't roses, and you know.
Right.
So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, you know, again, I realized that at a young age that I got to stop expecting everybody to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't perfect.
Right.
Because I would cut off some good women just like that, meet them, be like, oh, God, you painting the blue now and the red now? I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, I was really that dude. And then, you know, my female friend tapped me on the shoulder one day, like, no, she was a nice girl. Like, what you doing, bro?
Screwing this up, man.
Yeah, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? And then, so that was just kind of a reality check for me and everything. But yeah, just realize, man, everybody's not perfect.
I'm busy laughing at Melanie's face. She started twisting her hair, but he's like, "What's she doing that for?"
What is he about to
Listen.
So yeah, you didn't even comment on that.
What?
Is that you? Her?
It could be me. It could be
Okay.
me for sure.
It depends. Yeah, it depends.
For him?
It depends on how well I.
Yeah.
I like
I don't know about 2 in the morning though, cause
2 in the morning is pretty late, but
that's
that'd be
crazy.
nice. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I won't complain.
But you would complain that there wasn't any food. 2 o'clock in the morning, you come home hungry and ain't nothing. You're like, damn, I gotta order out.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
DoorDash it is.
That's what's up. Well, listen, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight in the Storm Wonder Show, because we could go on forever. But we got to conclude this show and excuse the technical difficulties earlier. We don't know what that was about.
Right.
First time ever on the show. And shout out to our guest, Harold Shadow Knight, boxing legend and everything. Make sure y'all support his event. And it is?
August 30th at the Plainfield High School Gymnasium. It starts at 5 p.m. General admission is $25. Ringside $35. Under 12 is 15. And bouts, they're going to have 16 bouts that night. So come and support.
Yes.
But then also
The after party the next day.
The next day, August 31st at 5 p.m. at the
St.
Stone Square
Mary's.
Lounge, St. Mary Avenue. Yes,
Yeah.
for New Jersey.
Make sure y'all support that. Dre, anything you want to push or promote or whatever?
Nah, man, just some love. You know, I'm working my business, Relentless Performance. I'm training.
That's
and,
what's
you
up.
know, that's it. We
That's,
working.
that's what's up.
Training
Anything,
and
guys?
killing
Anything you
people.
want to say? Your experience here tonight?
Kill nobody.
Anything?
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We had a lot of fun.
This was
Good having
interesting.
you guys.
Didn't know what I was walking into, so it was cool.
Yeah, we'll definitely got to have you back.
Yes.
Yeah, next time drinks on y'all. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, hey, next time. Yeah.
Nothing gonna be bartender.
Nah, we mess with y'all.
Off the clock.
Set up a little bar right there.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, absolutely. Listen, we want to thank everybody for joining us and tuning in. No matter what platform you was checking us out on, it's the Stone Warner Show. We here every Thursday. We will be back with some more guests, more topics, more things to talk about.
Yes.
So again, you know this show is never about us.
It is always about you.
Because
You
you
are
are
the
the next best kept secret.
secret.
We out of here, y'all. Peace and blessings.
Love you guys.
Yeah.